Okay, back for another lockdown quiz, and one of the rounds is going to be a connection round. I won't tell you what one it is yet, but if you write the answers down and you get the number 7, the question it'll be what connects all the answers. So if you need to write them down, and so it's the same format, pause it every round, and then it'll give you the answers, and then replay it, and you get the answers. So question 1. When the Queen signs anything ER, what does the R stand for? When the Queen signs anything ER, what does the R stand for? Number 2, 2-pointer. Who else died in the plane crash that Buddy Holly died in? Not including the pilot, the pop stars. Who else died in the plane crash? There was 2 other people that died in the plane crash, not including the pilot. You get a point for each one. Number 3, which Apollo rocket landed on the moon? I'm looking for a number. Which Apollo rocket landed on the moon in 1969? It was July 20th. So that's for a point. Number 4, movie one. In which film would you have found the blue meanies? In which film would you have found the blue meanies? Okay, number 5. Whereabouts in London would you find Charlie Chaplin's statue? Whereabouts in London would you find Charlie Chaplin's statue? Number 6. Who wrote the song Putting on the Ritz? Who wrote the song Putting on the Ritz? Number 7, 617 Squadron of the Royal Air Force is better known as what? 617 Squadron of the Royal Air Force is better known as what? And the last one in this round, music one. Where were the Bee Gees born? Okay, where were the Bee Gees born? Okay, write your answers down, pause it, and when you come back on again, I'll give you the answers. Okay, here we go. I'll give you 5 seconds. Pause it, pause it. Okay, number 1. When the Queen signs anything ER, what does ER stand for? ER stands for Regina. Number 2. Who else died in the plane crash that Buddy Holly was in? Get a point for each one. It was Richie Valens and Big Bopper. Okay, a point each there. Number 3, which Apollo rocket landed on the moon? It was Apollo 11. Number 4, in which film would you have found the blue meanies? Yellow Submarine. Number 5, and where in London would you have found Charlie Chaplin's statue? You'd find it in Leicester Square. And number 6, who wrote the song Putting on the Ritz? It was Irving Berlin, the White Christmas guy. And number 7, 617 Squadron of the RAF is better known as the Dambusters. The Dambusters. And number 8, where were the Bee Gees born? They weren't born in Australia, they were born in the Isle of Man. Okay, so write your scores down, count them up, and we'll go on to round 2. Number 1, round 2. Which tea company had a cut-out stamp on their packet, and when you collected 60, you could cash it in for 5 shillings or groceries? Okay, so which tea company had a cut-out stamp on their packet, and when you saved up 60 in a wee book and stuck them in, and when you saved up 60 of them, you got 5 shillings or exchanged it for some groceries? What was the name of the tea? Sticking with the stamps. Number 2, Green Shield stamps were into voluntary liquidation. What was the company rebranded as? Green Shield stamps were into voluntary liquidation. What was the company rebranded as? Okay, number 3, the geography one. What's the capital of Portsmouth? I think I made a wee slip up there. Number 3. I'll have to do it back to front now. Port Stanley is the capital of what island? Port Stanley is the capital of what island? Do that one back to front. Right, music. Number 4. Who sang the theme tune to Born Free? Who sang the theme tune to Born Free? Okay, we're going back to the moon. Number 5. In the moon landing of 1969, the 3 astronauts were Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and who was the third one? Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and who was the third man? Okay, alphabetically, geography here. Alphabetically, which country beginning with C is first? Okay, so which country beginning with C comes first alphabetically? And number 7, what was the name of a place given to the burial grounds where gunfighters were buried? It is cowboy. What was the name of a place given to the burial grounds of gunfighters? Talking cowboys. Give it a nickname. And number 8. Which town did the gunfight at the OK Corral take place? What was the name of the town that the gunfight at the OK Corral took place? Okay, hope you're doing well there. Count your scores up. We're going to go on to the next round, which is going to be real names. I haven't given you answers out. I'm going to give you the answers for the first 2 rounds first. I'll give you the answers for round 1. So round 2, which tea company had a cut-out stamp on their packet, and when you collected 60, you could cash it in for 5 shillings or groceries? It was Brook Bond. It was Brook Bond D. It used to be called Dividend, and then they cut it to Brook Bond D. Brook Bond Dividend Tea. So you get a point for Brook Bond. Green Shield stamps went into voluntary liquidation. What was the company rebranded as? It was Argos. And what Port Stanley is the capital of what island? It's the Falkland Islands. Who sang the theme tune to Born Free? Matt Monro. In the moon landings of 1969, the 3 astronauts were Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and the third one was Michael Collins. Okay, you get a point for Michael Collins. Which country beginning with C comes first alphabetically? It's not Canada, it's Cameroon. Cameroon. What was the name of a place given the burial grounds of the gunfighters and in the cowboy days? It's Boot Hill. Boot Hill. And which town did the gunfight at the OK Corral take place? That was in Tombstone. Tombstone, Arizona. Okay, mark their scores down. And they were all 1-pointers, weren't they? Yep, they were all 1-pointers. This round's called Real Names. I'm going to read out some people's real names, and I want you to tell me who they're better known as. Number 1, Archibald Leach. Archibald Leach. Number 2, I think this is the hardest one of the round, this one. Angela Trimble. Angela Trimble. Who's she better known as? She was born Angela Trimble. And number 3, William Henry Pratt. William Henry Pratt. Number 4, Nicholas Kim Coppola. Nicholas Kim Coppola. Number 5, Farooq Bulsara. Farooq Bulsara. Number 6, well, he wasn't born with this name, this is his nickname, but how's he better known as? Fatboy Slim. What's Fatboy Slim's name? Real name? Number 6, Sandra Ann Goodrich. Sandra Ann Goodrich. And the last one, number 8, Thomas John Woodward. Thomas John Woodward. Okay, pause it now, and if you need to go over them again, just rewind back. Leave it for 5 seconds, and I'm going to have the answers here. Number 1, Archibald Leach is better known as Cary Grant. Number 2, Angela Trimble. Debbie Harry had a blondie. She was born Angela Trimble. Number 3, William Henry Pratt. Boris Karloff, the actor. Number 4, Nicholas Kim Coppola. Nicolas Cage. Farouk Bulsara. Freddie Mercury. Number 6, Fatboy Slim. Real name's Norman Cook. Number 7, Sandra Ann Goodrich, better known as Sandy Shaw. Number 8, Thomas John Woodward. Tom Jones. Right. Keep your scores up. And we're going to go on to a music round. Or is it all music? Well, it's not. It's a bit of a mixture. But all the answers is either fruit, food, or vegetables. Fruit, fruit and vegetables round. So all the answers is a fruit or food or a vegetable. Something you either drink or vegetable. Number 1, who had a 1960s hit with Green Tambourine? Who had a 60s hit with Green Tambourine? Okay, number 2. Finish off the name of this Beatrix Potter book. The Tale of Ginger and... Okay, it's a Beatrix Potter book. The Tale of Ginger and... Number 3, another music one. What was the name of Booker T and the MG's big hit? What was the name of Booker T and the MG's big hit? And number 4, which herb is used in pesto sauce? Which herb is used in pesto sauce? Okay, one of their first hits. Which group had a hit in the early 70s with Love Is Life? They went on to have a top 10 hit nearly every year in the 70s, and some of and in the 80s as well. But they had I think it was the only group to have a number 1 hit in every year of the 70s. Well, a top 10 hit in every year of the 70s. So one of their first ones was Love Is Life. Forget all the answers are fruit, veg, or drink, or food. Right, number 6. What John Ford film starring Henry Fonda tells of homelessness during the Great Depression? What John Ford film starring Henry Fonda tells of homelessness during the Great Depression? It was a big 2. Okay, number 7. What character did Ursula Andress play in the Bond film Dr. No? What character did Ursula Andress play in the Bond film Dr. No? Number 8. What film stars Jessica Tandy and Kathy Bates, and it's about a middle-aged housewife who befriends an elderly woman in a nursery home? So which film starring Jessica Tandy and Kathy Bates is about a middle-aged housewife who befriends an elderly woman in a nursing home? Okay, if you need to rewind that and get them questions again, pause it. And I'm going to give you the answers in 5 seconds. Okay, number 1. Who had a 60s hit with Green Tambourine? Don't forget all the answers are fruit, food, veg, or something you eat. It was the Lemon Pipers. Lemon Pipers. Finish off the name of this Beatrix Potter book, The Tale of Ginger and Pickles. The Tale of Ginger and Pickles. What was the name of Booker T and the MG's big hit? Green Onions. What herb is used in pesto sauce? It's basil. Who had a hit in the early 70s with Love is Life? Hot Chocolate. Hot Chocolate. What John Ford film starring Henry Fonda tells of homelessness during the Great Depression? The Grapes of Wrath. Okay, The Grapes of Wrath. And what character did Ursula Andress play in the Bond film Dr. No? She played Honey Chili Raider. She was known as Honey Raider, but her full name was Honey Chili. So Honey Raider, you get a point. Number 8. Which film stars Jessica Tandy and Kathy Bates, and it's about a middle-aged housewife who befriends an elderly woman in a nursing home? Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. Okay, write your scores down. This next one, I hope I haven't made this too cryptic. I made this one up myself, and Billy Stewart used to do something like this in the Glen Inn, and I liked it. It was you get about 7, and then you try and get your answers a connection round till each answer leads you to another answer. And what have all the answers got in common? There's a connection between all the answers. So even if you get 4 or 5, 4 right of these questions, when you look at the 4 you've got right, you could find a connection that leads you to the answer of the other 3 that you've missed. So you get a point for each one you get right, connection you get right, or answer, and if you get the connection you get another point. Okay. So number 1, what was the name of the male fashion designer born in 1969 and he died in 2010? What was the name of the male English fashion designer born in 1969 and he died in 2010? Okay, so he's an English fashion designer. Number 2. I think this was a tough one. Unless you know your Bible-y stuff, this is a tough one. But as I say, some of the other answers can lead you to this answer. In the book of Samuel, who was the high priest of Shiloh who had 2 wicked sons? In the book of Samuel, who was the high priest of Shiloh who had 2 wicked sons? If you don't know that, you could come back to that one, and some of the answers might lead you to the name that I'm looking for. Okay, number 3. Which actress played Mary Goodnight in The Man with the Golden Gun? Which actress played Mary Goodnight in The Man with the Golden Gun? Don't forget to write these answers down because you're looking for a connection. Number 4, you probably came across him in the paper the odd time over the last few years. Who is called the most violent prisoner in Britain by the British press? Who is called the most violent prisoner in Britain by the British press? Number 5. He's called Yusuf Slimani, and he got to the quarterfinals of the X Factor in 2005. He reached number 1 in the UK charts in 2006, but he's better known for his nickname. Who is he? He's called Yusuf Slimani, and he got to the X Factor finals, the quarterfinals, in 2005, and he reached number 1 in the UK charts in 2006, but he's better known for his nickname, not his real name. Who is he? Number 6, a TV one. What forensic technician worked for the police by day and he was a killer in his free time at night? Okay, so which forensic technician worked for the police by day and was a killer in his free time at night? So what was his name? Write it down because there's a connection between them all. And number 7, What mountain pass connects Austria and Italy? What mountain pass connects Austria and Italy? And the last question is, what connects all these answers? There's a connection between the answers. So have a look at your answers and see if you get a connection. If you know the connection, then you'll know who the ones you've missed. And you can write them down, and then you can fit them in with maybe the answers. Well, that's the theory anyway, if it's not too cryptic. Right, pause it. I'm going to give you the answers. What was the name of the male English fashion designer born in 1969 and died 2010? He was Alexander McQueen. In the book of Samuel, who was the high priest of Shiloh, who had 2 wicked sons? He was Eli. Which actress played Mary Goodnight in The Man with the Golden Gun? It was Britt Ekland. Who is called the most violent prisoner in Britain by the British press? Charles Bronson. Number 5, he's called Yusuf Slimani, and he got to the quarterfinals of the X Factor in 2005. He also reached number 1 in 2006, but he's better known for his nickname. Who is he? He was Chico. Chico. Number 6, TV. What forensic technician worked for the police by day and was a killer at night in his own free time? So he was known as Dexter. Number 7, what mountain pass connects Austria and Italy? It's the Brenner Pass. Okay, the Brenner Pass. Right, so the answers, the connection between them all. So number 1, Alexander McQueen. We've got McQueen. Number 2, Eli is the one we're looking for. Eli. Number 3. What was number 3? It was Britt. We're looking at the name Britt. Britt Ekland. So we're looking Britt. Number 4. The answer was Charles Bronson. That we're looking for. Number 5. The guy was Chico. Number 6 was Dexter. Number 7, Brenner. So the answer was the Magnificent 7 connects them all. We had Steve McQueen, Eli Wallach, James Coburn, who played the part of Britt, Charles Bronson, who was in the Magnificent 7, Chico, who was played by Horst Buchholz, and Dexter, who one of the actors was Brad Dexter, and the Brenner Pass, Yul Brenner was the other one. So it was the original Magnificent 7. If you got them, you've done very good. So the highest scores I'm getting the last few weeks, the highest score has been around 25, which is good. So if you get anywhere near 25 out of them 40, you're doing very good. Catch us again next week. Thank you.